So it seems like every time Boots fights, there's always conversations about Terrence Crawford versus Boots, and it seems quite like lopsided the opinions. Like I'm surprised there's this many people who like Boots and who think he's really that good. I get why, cause he's flashy, he's entertaining, and I think a lot of them flashy and entertaining fighters people overrate in terms of like how good they are. But I want to go through this a little bit and prove or try and change some opinions on why Boots would never beat Terrence Crawford. Maybe in a few years' time, maybe he gets to that level, but right now, he would not beat Crawford. He would probably, I could see him getting knocked out. Like, maybe the first 3 rounds would be a bit, tough because Crawford starts slow and Boots doesn't. But I want to just go through it a little bit. So, this tweet I saw, and it's Crawford getting hit by Gamboa. And people are rating this as if it's like a way to say Boots would knock him out. Now, I want to show this clip because Crawford was beating the shit out of Gamboa the whole fight. And then he did some dumb shit, just like Boots does sometimes. He did some dumb shit, like got cocky, I guess, left his hands down, and then got caught. It was not a thing like he's trying to get Gamboa out of there, or he was showboating and got caught. And he's even mentioned that's what it was. He was rocked really bad, but he survived pretty well, and then he knocked Gamboa out the exact same round. I think it was round 9. And Gamboa was better, a much better opponent than Xanazias. He's undefeated. I know Xanazias was, and Xanazias always unified champion. He was like an email champion and a vacant champion. He that's how he won the belts. Like, no, that's like the most top rank way of getting being unified. But this guy's saying the man got hit by just everyone he fought. Terrence Crawford, if Boots hit you, you're going down, buddy. Stay retired and leave it to the new king of the hill. I don't know if everyone's saying this type of shit is just from Philly. I don't know if it's that, but there's a lot of fucking people from Philly. If that's the case, because I've seen a lot of people going for Boots. Now, people who say Boots, Crawford duck Boots. If you think business wise and like the position Crawford was in, at let's say when he beat Errol Spence, Boots was a prospect, a total prospect. He hadn't even beat. He had beat a few names people know about, but he would be a no one good. No one, to be honest. Like, he'd be a no one. He has a lot of fights, but Boots has a fuck ton of fights for the level he's at. He's only really the last 3 or 4 fights started moving up in competition. Like world level competition. And even the guys he has fought in that world level competition aren't the best. So it's like Boots was a total prospect. He looked flashy, but Crawford, what would he need to fight Boots for? Just another prospect? Just another bum he beat? Because people already talk about Crawford's resume. So he used to go out there and knock Boots out. Or if he was to go out there and have a competitive fight with Boots, both would look bad. He gains nothing from that fight. Instead, he moved up and chased the Canelo fight. What would you rather do? Fight Boots, a guy you know you can beat? Or, this young guy coming up who's flashy, who's knocking people out? Or would you want to go fight the fucking face of the sport? Or close to it if you don't want to, Canelo ain't no face of the sport. He's close to it at least. He's like, he probably is the biggest star in the sport right now still. So, what would you do? Get 50, 60 million, 100 million, whatever he got? Or, 20 million from a much smaller name and a guy who's not even proven himself to be a great fighter yet? It's a dumb conversation, but I want to go through why I don't think Boots would make it out 12 rounds. So, as we know, Crawford is an elite counterpuncher. That's his main attribute. We saw an Errol Spence fight, counterpunched the shit out of him. Stiff jab and then counterpunched in between punches. That's the main thing I want to focus on. In between punches. He's always throwing in between. Even the Gamboa fight. I don't know if this shows it because it's a... That's a counterpunch right there, and it gets out the way. He gets cocky, gets caught, and then I think the rest is just... Yeah. But it's always in between punches. Crawford's always rocking people in between punches. Errol Spence, Cal Brook. Canelo, he wasn't really taking much chance, so he definitely caught Canelo in between punches, like that. When Canelo tried to throw a 1-2 and Crawford sticked his left hand out, caught him in between. But he always catches people in between punches. And has a few instances of Boots. Boots always gets hit in between punches. Always gets rocked in between punches. So, has a moment of Boots in Zanazaya's fight. So his last fight, getting rocked by Zanazaya's in between punches. Boom, boom, gets cracked on the chin in between a punch. And then in between him trying to throw a punch, he tries to roll and then throw a body shot or an uppercut and gets caught in between punches with like a wide left hook. Crawford throws hooks like that. Crawford will throw something like that, like stepping back or like a check hook or something. And then the counter fight, the second one, which people, this was like the first performance people didn't like of Boots because he got hit quite clean a bit too many times. But again, boom, boom, in between a punch with the same hook. I know Crawford is a southpaw. He fights mostly southpaw, but he can fight both stances too. So if he's seeing this, like he would probably fight southpaw. I mean, he'd probably fight orthodox a bit, or he would see something different in southpaw. I don't know how many southpaws Boots has fought. I don't know if they've ever given him any trouble or how them fights kind of look, but Boots gets caught in between punches. Crawford is notorious for punching and knocking people out in between punches. It's a stylistic like nightmare for Boots. Crawford has the experience. He has a good chin. He has better defense. He's fought better opponents. He's knocked more opponents out at a certain level. I know Boots hasn't gotten to, the championship experience that Crawford has. But do we really think Boots is about to go on like a 8 fights, 10 fight knockout streak at 154? Do we really think that? Because Crawford did that at 147. He stopped like, what was it, 7, 8 guys in a row, including Errol Spence, and then moved up to 154. And he was injured in the Canelo fight, the Madrimov fight. Not to make it seem like Madrimov wasn't doing good. He was doing good, but Madrimov, in my opinion, is better than Boots. Like, he's a better boxer than Boots. He would give Boots trouble. I'm not saying he would beat Boots, but he would give him trouble because Boots is he spams right hands, whatever stance he's in. He doesn't really land much with his left hand. He's dominant, like extremely dominant with his right hand. Zanazaya's knocked him down with a right hand at the first round, right uppercut in the last round. And when he has people hurt, he's always spamming right hands. This fight is not close. I don't think this fight's close. First 3 rounds may be a bit close, but after that, Crawford's going to start outboxing him, start touching him up. He's probably going to knock him out in like 7 rounds. I don't see how people who have actual knowledge of the sport think this fight is close or think Boots wins. Could he? Yes. He has power and he's fast. And he's athletic. Anyone can if they have that. But the odds of that happening are extremely low because Crawford has never been. You could say he's been knocked down once by a Mean Machine. Like that's about it. Other than that, Gamboa rocked him like when he wasn't even with his hands down showboating. Like, this fight is not close. I don't get what people are talking about. If someone can give me some insight on what people see, let me know, because I just do not see it whatsoever. But I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit, and that's all.